It's your boy TUFprofan here, and last night was WWE Fastlane. Came to you live from the Gun Arena in Cleveland, Ohio. Let's start with the show. In the pre-show, kicked off with a 2 out of 3 falls match, Kalisto, the United States Champion, versus Alberto Del Rio. I don't like the fact that this was on the pre-show. These two have a really good chemistry, and they showed a lot of great stuff. Just letting them be out there for 15 minutes or so. But I think it should have been on the main show, especially considering some of the matches that were on the pay-per-view. That's my opinion. Kalisto retained the title. 2 falls to 1 at 15 minutes and 12 seconds. Now the pay-per-view starts. And the pay-per-view started with the women's tag team match. It was Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks versus Naomi and Tamina. Team Bad. Bad way to start the pay-per-view, I thought, because I'm not that interested. I mean, I like Sasha and Becky. Naomi's turning into a better wrestler, but Becky and Sasha won. She hit the bank statement on Tamina, I believe it was. And Becky hit the disarmer on Naomi, obviously. Excuse me. So, Becky and Sasha won. Hopefully it sets up, a lot of people are talking about a triple threat at WrestleMania, which would be awesome for them all, because they're all great wrestlers that deserve the shot. Up after that, we had the Intercontinental title match. Kevin Owens, the champion, versus Dolph Ziggler, the challenger. A lot of people are saying this was a really good match. I don't know. I've seen it before on Raw, time and time again. It was good, obviously. Owens won with the pop-up powerbomb. As always, they traded super kicks. I don't have that much to say, except I really like Owens, and I'm glad he retained. Dolph Ziggler's character is getting kind of stale to me. I know a lot of other people feel that way too, but it's just, I don't know. I think he has to be a bad guy with like a female valet or something again, you know? Make him more Rick Rude and less good guy Shawn Michaels. That's my opinion. The backstage interview after the show with Kevin Owens was awesome. You guys gotta check that out. Yeah, so that's all I gotta say about that. Hi, buddy. Can you get out of the shot? I'm trying to make a video here. Thank you. Sorry about that. Next up, Big Show, Kane and Ryback versus the Wyatt family. It was all the Wyatt family besides Bray Wyatt. So that made me, and probably a lot of other people, think that Bray Wyatt was going to interfere in the main event. Spoiler alert, it did not happen. I was a little disappointed in that. I was very disappointed in that. But that's more for, we'll get into that later. Point is, the good guys won. The big guys won. Yeah, boring match, I thought, you know. It's just a boring match. It didn't have much behind it, in my opinion, so I don't know where they're going to take it from here, you know. Yeah, boring match. I didn't get much out of it, and I don't know where they're going to go with it. So, I wasn't interested that much. And it was 10 minutes long. I wish it was a little shorter. After that, we had the women's title match, Charlotte versus Brie Bella. A lot of people thinking Brie Bella may get the win here because she's set to be retiring soon, I guess. But no, they want to keep the Charlotte train moving. Like I said, they can keep it moving to Becky, Sasha, and Charlotte at WrestleMania, which would be amazing, but I don't know where that leaves Brie. But that's a different story. The main story here is that Charlotte won. I thought the match itself was kind of bleh. But, again, Ric Flair helped and all that. It's like, she won with the figure 8 again. I was kind of bored. I don't know, I gotta tell you guys. I was just kind of bored. But, hopefully, it'll all make up for it once it's Charlotte Becky and Sasha. And that's the last time I'm going to mention that, because all the women's stuff is over with. That match was 12.5 minutes. It felt right. At least they gave them time. But still, I was just kind of bored. I was still just kind of bored. After that, though, we got the match of the night, in my opinion, and probably a lot of people's opinion, was AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho. AJ Styles won. Fantastic matchup. A lot of people were talking about being upset that Chris Jericho kicked out of the Styles Clash. I wasn't that upset. Chris Jericho is a future Hall of Famer and a 6-time WWE champion. He's supposed to kick out of the Styles Clash. But right after the Styles Clash, he got caught in the calf killer, calf crusher, whatever you want to call it. Styles looked great. Jericho proved that he could hold his own. He's 40-something years old and doesn't need to be doing this anymore. And he still went out there and had an awesome match. The whole series has been awesome. We'll see what happens next for AJ Styles. Especially WrestleMania, AJ Styles. Be nice to see something really big there. Maybe a match with Kevin Owens. Who knows? We'll see. But great match. That match went on 16 minutes, 20 seconds, if you're counting at home. Styles won with the calf killer. Next up, before we got to the main event, we had to have a little squash match. A little not curtain jerker. That's the number 1 match. I forgot. Buffer. We had to have a little buffer before the main event. And of course, the king of buffer matches, Axel versus R-Truth. It only went 2.5 minutes. Axel got a win on pay-per-view. Okay. The social outcast thing. And they're trying something with R-Truth and Booker T. Kind of just repeating history from... R-Truth and Goldust, see? They're just repeating history from Booker T and Goldust. It was kind of funny, but I've seen it before. I'm an old enough fan, I guess, that I've seen it before. So, I thought it was funnier with Booker T and Goldust. But again, this whole thing was to show off the social outcasts a little bit. And then show off the Booker T... I keep saying Booker T. R-Truth and Goldust thing. Nothing else. Nothing spectacular. A little comedy, I guess. And Axel won, which is good. Next up, main event. Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, Brock Lesnar. All three looked good in this match, especially Brock Lesnar. He went out there, Suplex City, threw everybody around, F5s, nobody stayed down. He hit Roman Reigns with the Kimura lock. Roman Reigns stood up in the Kimura. That was a little Superman-ish, a little Super Cena-ish, I thought. But that's how he got out of the Kimura. A move that took out, the biggest guys in the sport. Roman Reigns stood up and walked with him on him. I just thought it was a little much. But, really good match. It was a really good match. It's just that there was no interference. No interference at all. I thought there'd be a little something, maybe Triple H would not want Roman Reigns to face him. Maybe Bray Wyatt was going to get in there because he didn't want Roman to win, and he had a thing with Brock Lesnar for a minute. I don't know. But there was no interference at all in this, which I was disappointed at. And Roman won with a spear. Everybody kicked out of each other's finishers, which I kind of didn't like. They kept hitting their finishers, and people kept kicking out, which I don't like when that happens. They're supposed to be finishers for a reason. You can't just keep doing them and people keep kicking out, so I don't like that. But, spear to Roman, they powerbombed Brock Lesnar through the announce tables, which was cool, but looked a little safe. And they did it twice. But still, Roman Reigns won. At 16:04, he speared Ambrose, I believe. And he's going on to face Triple H at WrestleMania. Triple H came out and they posed. And that's your main event at WrestleMania. Now what I heard through the grapevine is that they nixed the plans of Bray Wyatt versus Brock Lesnar. This is new. This may be news to some, but they nixed the plans. They're going to have Bray Wyatt versus Brock Lesnar, but now they chose Ambrose versus Brock Lesnar. Either way, it could be a great match, but it sucks for Bray Wyatt, obviously. And then they were going to have Braun Strowman versus The Undertaker, and they nixed that, so I don't even know what they're doing with the Wyatt family. Like, why do they treat the Wyatt family like garbage? Maybe somebody can answer that for me. I don't understand why they treat the Wyatt family like such garbage. They're great characters. They're great bad guy, scary, trying to be scary, stable, but they keep getting defeated by everybody. Cena, Undertaker, Ryback. It's just, the list goes on. And you can't give him a win? And you can't give him a win at Fastlane? Like, the last major win he had, he beat Daniel Bryan last year at Royal Rumble. That was like the last big win that I remember Bray Wyatt having on a pay-per-view. It's ridiculous. I don't understand what they're doing with the Wyatt family. That's a great monster bad guy stable, and they treat him like garbage. I don't get it. Ambrose versus Lesnar could be a really good match, obviously. David versus Goliath style. Triple H knows how to put on a show at WrestleMania. It's what he does. It's partially what he does. So I look forward, actually, to the Roman Reigns Triple H match. It could be good, and all the stuff leading up. Let me think what I was going to say. I don't know. But this is an exciting time. The road to WrestleMania just keeps going and going. Congratulations to Sting for being announced for the Hall of Fame. I just heard the Godfather, Charles Wright, was announced to the Hall of Fame. Congratulations to those guys. Overall, I give the pay-per-view 6 out of 10. If I did number grades. It'd be 6 out of 10 with me. I just didn't like... The main event match was alright. I just thought there needed to be some interference or something from somebody. And Styles versus Jericho was awesome. If we didn't see Owens versus Ziggler on Raw and SmackDown every week, that may have been a little better in a lot of people's views. All the champions retained. And yeah, that's about it, guys. So 6 out of 10. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought of Fastlane. I'm gonna stick around. I'm sorry, I'm trying to think of what I'm gonna do this week. I'll probably make more lyric videos this week. You guys check out some of my other stuff. And I do all sorts of stuff on this channel. But for the old pay-per-views, I'm doing like a text-based review style like some of the other guys that I watch. For the newer pay-per-views, like Fastlane, I tried at Royal Rumble, but it messed up. For the newer pay-per-views, I'm going to be doing this, talking to you guys face to face. Let me know what you thought of the pay-per-view. Let me know what you think. Thank you very much for watching, for subscribing, comment, share if you want. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.